Hello everyone, welcome to a demo of the Acadics application. This is the first demo of a series of presentations we'll be providing, which aims at explaining the different functionalities of the application. Okay, so let's get started. The topic of discussion today would be master data management of the Acadics application. So to start off, you need to use a browser and type in the URL of the application. You can use any browser, but I'm using Chrome over here. So once you type in the URL and click enter, it will take you to the login page. We have already pre-configured an admin user for our application. The username is admin and the password is also admin. So just type that and click on sign in. Okay, so once we enter into the application, the first page that you can see over here is the admin control panel. The admin control panel provides links to various modules of the application. So using that, an administrator can go to different sections and carry out the different administrative functionalities. So before going into the details of that, I would like to explain the different parts of the application. On the top, you can see which is known as the navigation bar. The menu options that we have is the first one is the control panel. So this link is provided at every page. So whenever you are at any page and wants to navigate back to the control panel, you can just click over here and the flow will take you to this page. The second link over here is the master data management. So that is the topic of discussion today. I'll be going into the details of that. The third option that you can see is the my school link, or like it's called the school info. So you can just click on that and you can see the different information about your particular school. You can upload a logo or provide different information as specified over here, and click on edit, update the information and save it. Okay, the fourth link on the top is called the bookmark link. So basically this is a small tool which helps you to bookmark specific URLs of the application. Since there are a lot of modules inside the application, you may be interested in bookmarking a specific URL. So whenever you bookmark a particular URL, it saves the link to that in the control panel, which allows you to quickly navigate to that particular module at any point of time. So for example, let me just click on that and I type in say my school link and click on OK. So you can see that particular link has got created under the bookmarks section in the admin control panel. So clicking on that link anytime will take you to that particular link. So you can configure this for any URL from within the application. Okay, the last and the final one over here is a small help menu. So if you're confused about a different section of the application, you can click on that and we will try to explain different sections and what you can be doing with that. So this is just a small help functionality over the extensive documentation that we'll be providing. So you can click on next and back to basically understand different modules in a particular page. Okay, so that's about the navigation bar. On the right you can see it's a quick link to modules. So as you know that we have several different modules inside the application, and you may need to quickly navigate to a particular link. So in order to do that, you can just type in the name, say you want to go to grades, so you can just say grades and click on enter. It will immediately take you to the grade section. So this is just a quick link for navigating quickly to different parts of the application. On the rightmost corner here is the user information. So as the administrator has logged in, so you can see the administrator name. So we also have an option of changing password this to the settings page, and the logout link for logging off from the application. Okay, so we'll go back to the control panel. So I hope you're clear about the top navigation bar. Let me take you across the other part of the application. The module section over here shows the different administrative modules within our application. I'll cover each of these modules in separate videos. Okay, so the next section is called the statistics section. So this provides a brief statistics about the number of users logging into the application on at regular intervals. So this helps admin to track like how many people have logged in and how many people have been using the application. The fourth section that we can see is the bookmarks, and I have already explained about that. Okay, so that covers the admin control panel. So the next thing I'll be discussing today is the master data management. Master data refers to some base data like subjects, classes, exam types, semesters, etc., which must be configured before accessing the admin modules of the application. So they basically act like building blocks over which the entire application stands, and they are being referred to in various admin modules. So they are absolutely necessary to be configured first. So let's get to the master data page. Okay, so you can see that there are several modules inside the master data page. So we have tried to group them according to their relevance and increasing order of dependency, which means that the independent modules are listed on the left side, and as you start configuring each one of them, so it depends on the other one for the creation. So say let's go to the academic terms. So academic terms basically refers to the term system that is being followed in your institution. So it can be a semester system or a trimester system. So before using the application, the first thing you need to configure is the system. So we have pre-configured 2 semesters over here. You can come and edit over here if it does not suit, if the pre-configuration does not suit you, or you can go ahead and add another semester to it if you follow a trimester system. So adding a new term is simple. Just click on the add new term, provide a name, give a description if required, and provide the start and the end month for it. Click on save. So you can see the new term has just been created, and it will be referred to in various parts of the application. Okay, so let's go back. You can click on this master data link or here to go back. Okay, the languages section basically refers to the various languages which may act as the medium of instruction. We have pre-configured quite a few languages, but you can come here and delete if it is not relevant to you, or you can add new languages as required by you. Okay, the third section is what is called as grades. Now this is a very interesting module actually. So what we have over here are like some grades which are pre-configured. You can see the first 3 grades which is called CCE, so which actually refers to the CCE based examination system of CBSE. So if you do not follow CBSE based examination system, you can go ahead and delete all the 3 grading systems. So we also have configured a general grading system which you can come and modify as per your requirements. So grade sets basically means it acts like a group of set grades. So you can come here and add a new grade set. So just for an example, we can say that grade set say exams. So this is the grade set that will be used when you create examinations. So as you can see, the number of grades is 0. That means no grades have been added to this grade set. So you can go here and click on that. Okay, so you can see that the various grades that are part of that grade set is not there. So you can just say add a new grade. You provide a name, say grade A, and you provide a grade point, say 10. Description is optional. So you can click on save, and you can see a grade A with a grade point of 10 has been created. Similarly, you can go ahead and create a few more grades, say B for 9 and C for 8. Okay, so we have configured a grade set in fact, and provided 3 grades inside it. So if you come here and go to the grade section, you will see the grade set exam has got 3 grades inside it. Okay, so when creating the new grade set, we had specified that the grade is not to be computed in marks, so that's why this cross mark has come up. So if you want to create a grade which is marks based, so you can come here and say, and click on this checkbox. So this checkbox will capture additional information for creating the grade. So click on here, click here to go inside the grade and say add new grade. So now you can see that since it's a marks based grade, so here you will have to provide the minimum marks and the maximum marks and the weighted average for computing the grade. I'll explain what each one of them means. So let's first give a grade A. We provide an optional description. Okay, the minimum marks is something like for a person to receive grade A, what would be the minimum marks he should be scoring in a particular subject. Say we say that 90 is the minimum marks a person should score to get A. That's out of 100, and we say that the maximum marks is 100. This both of this indirectly refers to percentages, and we also say the weighted marks. That's the projection of the our marks in between these two, and let's say it's 95, and we provide a grade point to it. We can say grade point of 9.9 and click on save. Okay, so we see that we have created a grade A with this range and the weighted marks of 95 with a grade point of 9.9. So we can configure a couple of more grades, and as per your requirement, so we can say 82, 89, we can say it's 85 and grade point 8.5. Click on save. So we have configured 2 grades for the particular grade set. Okay, so this is the way in which you can configure marks based or simply or general grades. Okay, so that explains the grade set. Let's move back to the master data. Okay, the fourth module here under academics is skills. So skills are like subjects, but very different from subjects in fact. So many schools have got some extracurricular activities like games and drawing or physical training, music, etc., on which students are being evaluated on. So this is the section where you can add skills and make them a part of specific classes for evaluation. So the structure here follows a CC styled skill, but you are free to configure at your own way. So the first thing that we add is called as a skill part, or it's something like a skill group. So so what you have to specify is it's just a skill part name and a sub part name, but that is like up to you to give any name that you would like if you do not follow a CC system. So we just say general, we can give an optional description and a skill subpart name like skill 2, and then we say which is the grade set that we need to evaluate the particular skill on. So just a little while ago I had explained the different grade sets that we have created. So we can create skill specific grade set because skills are different from subjects, so we can create a non-marks based grade for skills and a marks based grade for subjects. So we can say general grades and click on save. As you can see, it creates a skill group called general skill, and clicking on that you will have to now add different skills to that particular skill group. So you can say a skill as drawing, click on save, add this another skill as physical training, another skill called music. Okay, so for general skills too, we have three particular skills listed. One is music, drawing, another is physical training. Okay, so whenever we will come back to that section, but whenever we add subjects to a class, we have also the option to add skills to that particular class, so that those can also be evaluated on. Okay, so we are done with the skills configuration. So let's move back to the master data page. The fifth and the final one under academics is called the exam types. So this is maybe a one-time configuration for you. So you can specify here the different types of exam that you hold. Remember, this is not the exam, but it's just a type of exam. So you can say it's a weekly exam, and you have the option to select whether this exam requires a sitting. If you do not check this, it means that the exam would be held inside the class only, and you do not require a sitting module for it. And can contribute specifically means like if that particular exam will contribute to some other exam in terms of some percentage contribution. So let's leave that unchecked and click on save. So as you can see, we have created a weekly exam over here. So this is just a type of exam, and other types of exams can be unit tests, and two of them we have already configured, this like annual exam and half yearly exam. Okay, so that completes the academic section configuration for the master data page. The next what I will be discussing on is the basic data. So this is more extensive and will cover classes, the different subjects that are being taught in that class, the period and the timetable contribution. Okay, so let's move on to classes. So as soon as you click on the classes, you can see that it comes to a page like this. So this is a sidebar which gives you overview. Right now no classes have been configured. You can just close the sidebar, and you can say add new class. So a class basically is the class that you have. So you can say class name as Roman style 1 and section A, and you can give a class code as say 1A. Say done. So as soon as you click on OK, you see that class 1A has been created. You should actually be creating all the classes that are available for you. So you can say 1B, the class code 1B. Done. So classes will be grouped, and all the sections will be grouped together under the class head. So if I create a class, say class 9, which is denoted by X and section A, and I give a class code that's 90 and click on done, you'll see it will be grouped under class 9. So right now these classes are just empty classes. They will be allocated students, but that won't happen through this module. The student allocation is done during the student registration as part of the admissions process, or it can be done through the user creation as part of the user administration process. Okay, so clicking on that actually reveals the class detail information, like the total number of students of the class, the various details about the students, and also the class monitor who has been appointed in that class. So right now this is empty. That will be added when we go ahead and do the admissions module, and we'll go back to that later. So you also have the option of downloading the class report, which shows the different students admitted at different inside different classes. Okay, so once you've configured the class, we'll move back to the master data page, and now configure subject categories. Subject categories basically refers to a group of subjects can be clubbed together to form a specific category. Say you have a subject category called arts, subject category like sciences, languages, so like that. So it does not indicate a subject, but it rather refers to a category of subjects together. So we can say add a new subject category as arts, and then we can provide a description and click on save. Remember, these are just master data, and most of them will be configured just once in the lifetime of the application, and some of them may be required to be changed over a period of time. Okay, so we have added two categories like arts and science. So whenever we create a subject, we will place them under a specific category, and so that it can be understood better. Okay, so that's it. So next we'll go to the subjects. So subjects cannot be created independently, rather we have to always place subjects under a specific class. So you can see that we have created three of the classes, 1A, 1B and class 10A. So we click on 1A, and then you can see over here the different the subjects that will be part of that particular class. Right now no subjects have been added, so let's quickly go ahead and add a subject. You have the option of providing a subject code if it is internally required for you, and let's say we'll add physics as the subject code, the type theory or practical, whichever is applicable, and provide a category called science. Okay, but for this we need to also configure a department, which has not been configured as of now. So before going here, so we'll quickly go to the department place and then configure a department. So we'll say add new department, science department, click on save. Okay, it says department description cannot be empty, click on save. So we added a science department, and we'll add an arts department also. Click on save. Okay, so we have created two departments. Let's quickly go back to that class here and click on add new subject. So now we'll just refresh this so that we get the new data from the departments. Click on add. Similarly, we'll give a subject code, give a subject name as physics, type as theory, category as science, and yeah, so we have the department here. So we say science department, and we also have to provide the grades. The grade set will refer to the evaluation system through which that particular subject will be evaluated on. So we say it follows general grades. Click on OK. Okay, so as you can see that a physics subject has been added to the particular class, and this type theory and other relevant details have also been added. Regarding the skills that I have already talked about, we can add more subjects over here and add one or two skills as per your requirement. So this will provide the skills from all the skill sets or the skill parts together. So you can say if you follow drawing and music and physical training, and click on save. So this will add that particular skill to the class. Okay, so we have added one subject and we have added three skills for the class 1A. Okay, so we are done configuring this particular class. We should be moving on to the next and configuring that again. So this is the way you have to configure the subjects for the different classes. Okay, so we'll go to the master data page back, and now we need to configure the periods. Okay, so we are in the period module. The first thing that you need to do when you come here is to create a routine. To create a routine, just click on the add new routine button, and you can give any name. So let's say routine 1, and click on OK. So the routine gets added over here, and next thing you need to select that routine. So we have the option to create multiple routines based on different times that you may be having. So some institutions have day school, evening school, night school, so we can configure different routines and add periods to those routines accordingly. Okay, so now routine 1 is selected. We will add periods to this routine now. To do that, we need to click on add a new period to this routine. So click this, and you see the pop-up for adding a new period. So periods are like specific time bound elements. So you may have a period starting from 8 in the morning till 9:30, and then a break, and then you can have again 2 periods, again a break. So that depends on the structure of your school actually. So let's configure a specific structure for this. So we'll say period 1, and we say it starts at 8 and ends at 9. So okay, so if you select this option, our application will consider that period as a break. So if you don't want to do that, and you want to add in just a period, so just without selecting this, click on save. So as soon as you click save, you see that the periods get added, and it shows up visually over here. So considering Sunday as a holiday, so that you can configure in the holiday section as which dates you want to configure as holiday. So we are taking days from Monday to Saturday, and the first period is from 8 to 9. So we go ahead and add another period to this routine and say period 2. So that period starts at 9, so we select 9 over here, and say 10 over here. So click on save. So yeah, so you see 2 periods have been created, one from 8 to 9 and 9 to 10. So just remember that periods are specific structures for each day. So you won't be configuring periods for per day basis, but you'll configure for the week as a whole. So if you select a period from 8 to 9, so Monday to Saturday, it becomes 8 to 9. So the process of adding subjects to this period is done through another module. So if you have one period which spans 2 hours, you can add the same subject to both the periods, so that will be considered as one period spanning 2 hours. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add a break. So we come here and we say break 01, and then we need to check this is break. We specify the time of the break, say it's from 10 a.m. to 10:30. So we'll go ahead and say 10 and specifically type 30 over here. So 10 to 10:30, it's fine, and click on break. So you can see that it comes in red, which indicates that there is a break at this point, and so break is recorded, and we'll next add period 3. So we add period 3, and we say it starts at say 10:30 and ends at say 12. So we 12 and say PM. So okay, so 12 PM, fine. So verify, we click on save. So you can see the period 3 gets added over here. So we actually have the option to configure multiple periods at the same time. We are not restricting that, so you can create multiple periods, but you will have to add subjects accordingly. But it's safe, it's better not to configure like clash between periods. So so you need to just take care of that. So okay, so now what we have is 3 periods and a break in between. So we are done configuring periods now. Let's move on. Okay, so the next part is the timetable management. So when you click on timetable, you will have to select the academic year that you are currently creating the timetable for. So as academic years change, we'll keep on adding academic years over here. So just click on that and say apply. So as you can see that we had created 3 classes in our previous module. So what you need to do over here is to select a routine for a class. So when you come here, you just have to click on the create link, and then you have to set a specific routine to a class. As I have already said that we are not bounding a specific routine to all the classes, so you are at the luxury to configure any routine and attach it to any of the class. So you just click on create, but there would be one problem over here. I'll just come to that. Okay, so for class A, I say routine 1, and this is the academic year, and click on apply. So you see here that the period comes up as specified. The break is not coming up. This is because break, you cannot schedule subjects for that. So this is the place where you actually add subjects and do specific classes. So that is done through a routine. But the problem here that I spoke of is that you have not added any teachers. So this area actually comes blank. So we will add users in our next module, and then we will come back here and then configure the specific routine. Okay, so to add teachers, we first need to go to the user administration panel. So we'll click on control panel and say user administration. Okay, I'll be explaining this module in details in a separate video, but so for now, let's just say we create some teachers. We go to users, and you can say click on add new, create new user. You say teaching staff and say okay. So this is the module for creating new teachers. So the first thing that you need to do is like the status, let it be active. Group, we say teacher group. I'll explain the groups and roles in a separate video. We'll say joining date, and provide a joining date to him, some date like say this one. We'll provide an email ID, say we let's say his name is Rakesh, and then we say rakesh@gmail.com. so and then we give the alternate email is optional. We give a gender and a date of birth, so we can say date of birth is 1980 and then 1, and then marital status, say married. We give a salutation, then first name Rakesh, and say the last name is Sharma. Okay, so and name initial as RS, and we click on the category. It's say general, nationality is Indian. Okay, so we click on the forward, and we come to this section of professional and financial information. So first we need to type in the employee ID. This can be the employee ID as per your internal records. So we can just give some employee ID, which can be AW111, something like that, and we give a designation. As you see, designations have not been created, but from here you can click on the add, and then you can create a new designation, say head of department. So if you want, you can give it optional description and click on save. So that gets selected. Leave criteria, we have already created a leave criteria called teacher leave criteria. I'll explain that in a separate module as to how we can create leave types, leave criteria, and allocate leaves to employees. So we just have to select a leave criteria, say teacher leave criteria, and okay, the department, we had in like a previous section we had explained the creation of department. So we just allocate a department to that particular teacher. It's say science department, and we also say the reporting hierarchy. So we just say reports to, and reported by, you can leave it empty. And okay, so that's it. Financial information you can enter separately, so we'll just skip that for now and click on save user. So as you can see, the user has got created. As soon as you click on save, it will redirect back to this page, and you can keep on creating as many users teaching staff as you want. So let's just go back to the users section. Okay, you can see that 2 users are already there. So one was what we just created, and yeah, you can see here that Mr. Rakesh Sharma has got added as a teacher, and the user type indicates that it's teaching staff, and the green bar indicates it's active, and the username is this one. So basically this username can be assigned to the person, and he can log in as a user and do other administrative actions as permitted based on the user type. Okay, so once we are done finishing creating the user, so we'll go back and to the timetable that we created. So we'll select the academic year, yes, and click on create. So the routine is routine 1, and we say apply. Okay, so you see that the subject physics appears over here with the teacher, and his name is Rakesh Sharma, and if we can create further users, and all those users will come up, and they will be grouped based on the subject they are teaching. So what we can do here is we can select that particular teacher and drag it to a specific period, and which indicates that the person will be teaching for that particular period. So this is the way to create timetables. As we have multiple teachers, so we can just go ahead and allocate that particular teacher for that particular period. We also have some option to check whether the same teacher has been allocated the same period for two classes. So if we do that, automatically an alert comes up stating that the particular teacher has already been allocated a period in a different class, so that same teacher cannot be allocated a period for this class. Okay, so once as we are done with the timetable, we can obviously add further teachers to it. So once you are done, we just have to click on save, and this saves that particular timetable. If we go back, you will see that it says the routine status as in progress. So you can quickly come over here and save the routine, so that routine will be applicable for all the classes for which you have created that. So that's about creating a routine. So you have the option to download it. We will cover that all the reports in a separate section. So so once you are done creating routine, we'll move on, and we'll complete the other sections, which is the basic infrastructure. So this is like an optional stuff, so but it's better to create that because some other modules may be using those in future. So the first thing that we have here is the buildings and room section. So this section basically creates your physical infrastructure in your school, like different blocks and buildings, and now how many people can be sitting in that. So we have a module coming up called exam sitting arrangement, which is not part of 1.0, but it will be part of the next release. So that will extensively use the buildings and room features to schedule automatically the sitting arrangement for a particular exam. So to create a new building, we just come and click on the add new building button, and then we'll have to give a name. So it says say building 1, and then if you give a number, so you can give it a location, say you say north block, something like that, and it's a number of floors, you can say 3, and then you can say okay. So this particular rectangle indicates that the building has been created, but there are no rooms that has been allocated. So you click on this link on the right and say add new room to this building. So it will now ask for your rooms. So you can say room 1, or you can give a name like 101, room name, something like that, and then okay, floors are not there, so you can just come and create a floor. You can say it as first and floor number as 1, and click on save. So you can say the first comes up. Even a block you can create, you can say block 1A or something like that. You can click on save, and the block is created, and you say maximum number as say 50. So you can click on OK, and so in this room, so this room has got created. Similarly, you can create more buildings and then add rooms to it. So the building information will be shown here, and the rooms will come up sequentially. So you can hide rooms, and then you can show if you want. So all the buildings will appear as rectangular blocks here, which gives a better visual representation. So okay, so that's it for the buildings and room. Next we'll go ahead department. So as you can see that this was already covered, so we won't be covering that. Yeah, so interesting thing to note here is the number of employees have been updated since we just added a teacher and allocated it to the science department. So you can see that Rakesh Sharma has got a designation of head of department for this, but that's a designation, but we have some stuff which is known as department roles. So you may have people in different functionalities of the department. So you can create a role called HOD, that's head of department. You can create save. You can create further departments like treasurer, and then you can click on save. So we'll do some important functions based on the role name. So you can come here and select this person, and you see his designation is head of department, but he has not been allocated a role. So you can quickly come and say head of department. You can give multiple roles to the person, so it doesn't matter. So that person has got 2 roles as of now. So similarly for other teachers also, we can allocate different roles to it, and those will be used in future modules coming up to okay. So once we are done with the department, we'll move on to the next one, that's student categories. So by default some student categories have been prefed. So this appears during the user creation process. So you may have students group based on different categories like general or OBC, SC, ST, even foreign students, privileged students. So like that you can create few student categories. You can click on add new category, give a name and a description, and and click on save to add that particular category. Okay, the last section that comes under the master data section is holiday. So holiday here indicates the different holidays that your school may be adhering to. This is a particularly very important module, because the data from here is being fetched during the attendance management module. So if you want holidays to be considered while scheduling attendance for teachers, so you need to create holidays over here. So you just need to select an academic year, and then you just have to say add new holiday. So whether you can say it's applicable for all or specific students or teachers, and give a name. You can give a start date and date, give a number, and then click on create. So that holiday will get created over here, and while creating attendance for teachers, those holidays will be taken into account, and the statistics will be calculated accordingly. So yeah, so we are done creating all the data for the master data panel, and that completes our tutorial video today. We will come up with a future video on another module, and we'll try to get into details of some administrative functions in those videos. So thanks a lot for attending this session. Have a great day.